Hi, this is Paul Bauer, and welcome to this video on the secrets of your emotions. If you've ever felt stuck or overwhelmed in your life, anxious about the future, any doubt or uncertainty, or fearful of making the wrong decisions, not to mention any other negative emotions that you might feel in your life, you'll love what you're about to learn. Here's some of what you'll learn in this video: the hidden gifts of negative emotions, what they really mean, and how to transform them into breakthroughs in your everyday life. So let's talk about the real power of emotions. Our emotions control over 80% of our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. All our major life issues are due to these emotions, whether they be positive or negative. In our career, our relationships, our finances, even our self-esteem and confidence. So, what are emotions? In essence, they are the echoes of our thoughts felt in our body. And what I mean by echoes is every thought we think has a consequence in the body. So picture it this way, that every thought you think has an energy that gets sent through the body. So let's discuss the power of emotions. Why are they so important? Emotions are energy. And every time you feel an emotion, there's an energy expenditure or an energy increase. Think of it this way: the word emotion is energy in motion. When we feel in flow, our thoughts and actions are in harmony. Some examples of positive emotions are excitement, passion, love, awe. So let's talk about something that's very important to understand, and that is what's called the emotional brain. It's also known as the amygdala. It's the part of our brain, I call it the key to the door to the mind and to the body. It helps process issues in our lives beyond what the mind can handle. In other words, when we hit overwhelm points in our lives where the stress gets too much for us to handle, and then we have to step back and process. If we're unable to process the issue, the event, whatever happens in our life, then the extra energy and the emotion gets stored in what's called cellular memory. In other words, it's distributed across your mind-body in a way that's unconscious, and then you don't have to feel that stress any longer. I call it the gateway to the subconscious end to the body. That's what the emotional brain is. It's a gateway. So let's talk about something called trapped emotions. What they really mean is unresolved energy that is trapped in the body. It's also known in Chinese medicine as stagnant qi, qi that doesn't flow normally. So when trapped emotions build up, they cause stress. And that stress causes us another level of stress on top of whatever issues are happening in our lives. That stress builds up emotionally, physically, mentally, and even spiritually. And there's two essential kinds of emotions. One, positive. In other words, life-enhancing energy. You feel good whenever you feel emotions like love or peace. But when feelings go negative, they become life-depleting. They actually drain energy from our body. Now here's the key. When you make friends with the negative emotions, you've really got it made in life. But doing that is easier said than done. Some examples of negative emotions are anxiety, fear, anger, frustration, self-doubt, disappointment, grief, overwhelm. Their cause, in essence, is resistance, a different kind. It's, in essence, us saying to ourselves on the inside that we want life to be different than what is. In other words, what is showing up in our life. We've all done it in our lives, just to be honest with ourselves. That resistance causes stagnation of energy, or qi. Now keep in mind, it's not the challenge in our life that causes us the pain. It's our own internal resistance to the challenge that does. So, we're not talking about conscious resistance. It's unconscious resistance that I'm referring to. That is the only reason why that we truly feel pain, because none of us wakes up in the morning and says to ourselves, I want to feel pain today. I want to have a hassle. I want to have doubt or uncertainty or feelings of anxiety in my life. No. It's all unconscious. Now, what are the symptoms of negative emotions? This list is just a small sampling of the many physical symptoms that we experience as human beings, all the way from acid reflux to back pain, chest pain, constipation, depression, headaches, insomnia, knee pain. And there are many more symptoms than this that are all essentially caused by negative or trapped, stuck energy or chi. So here's the challenge. The stress doesn't just go away because it gets stored in cellular memory, like we talked about before, throughout the mind and the body. And negative energy is often returned because the old memory hasn't been cleared. Now, over 80% of our issues are emotional, since we've discussed that. Now, something to represent that is when you picture this iceberg, you'll see that our physical issues are just 20%. They're the tip of the iceberg. The 80% is the unseen. It's what's under the surface that is dictating, literally, almost every single thought, action, decision, behavior in our lives. So why do problems reoccur? Now, here comes the good news. Number one, your higher self and subconscious are sending a signal. They're literally messengers that the problem is ready to be released. Now, many of us have not been given the owner's manual on emotions when we were brought into this world, so we have to learn the hard way. But let's talk about the secrets of negative emotions. Number one, they're just messengers. Without judgment, when you get to the point in your life when you can understand that they are just messengers. Number two, they have positive intent. In my own life, when I learned this 20 years ago, it freed me in ways that was beyond my comprehension. And from that day forward, I've always sought the positive intent of any negative experience in my life or any negative emotion. And three, they hold the keys to your inner peace, because when that energy transforms, when it changes, and you start feeling what was once a no, in other words, stuck energy, into flow, which is positive energy, you notice it's substantial and it's profound. So let's talk about how to clear negative emotions. First, listen. Listen to your own self on the inside. Listen to your feelings. Two, breathe. Just take a nice deep breath. Intend that whenever you feel any negative emotion, that you take a nice deep breath. Let the negative emotion remind you to just breathe. And then three is accept the feelings you're feeling. You may have heard these before, but practicing them in the moment is what will bring you freedom beyond what your mind may understand. So let's review what we've learned so far. First, negative emotions are just messengers. In other words, they are literally just energy that is trapped within the body that wants to free itself and become back into your oneness, into your integral true self. Two, notice them. Notice negative emotions and just breathe into them. Three, as you practice, you'll notice the shifts. Within yourself, make a little commitment to yourself. Every time I feel a negative emotion, I'm going to start doing this very simple process, and I'm going to notice the shifts in my life. And be grateful. Because whenever you're grateful, you transform whatever energy that exists within yourself into life-enhancing energy, and you bring yourself back into oneness. So watch for the next video, my friend. Until then, aloha, and see you soon. God bless.